everyone, I'm Dana Wallman from Laptop Magazine, and I'm here with the Acer Spire 3810T. It's one of the flagship models in Acer's new Timieline series. So the Timieline series is a brand new series from Acer, and it emphasizes a few key things. One is slimness. You'll see here that it has a wedge design, but at its thinnest point it's less than an inch thick, which is impressive for a full-size notebook. This is a 13-incher, by the way. The other thing is battery life. This has a 6-cell battery, and it lasted over 8 hours on our test, which compared to other ultra portables is about 3 hours ahead of the average. So that's impressive too. Another thing, of course, is price. This costs just $8.99, so this really fits squarely in a brand new category that Intel is pioneering of notebooks that aren't quite as powerful as the full-size notebooks you're used to, but more powerful than netbooks, and of course that have larger screens. So to go through the design a little bit, you'll see it has this matte lid here. Doesn't really pick up fingerprints, which is always a plus. And of course it's thin, but you'll see that there's no optical drive on either side. No optical drive, so for some people that won't be a big deal, but if you do like watching DVDs, or if you do want to install software off of a CD or a DVD, then that's going to be a bit of a problem. You would need a different model. But as I said, there's this matte lid here, pretty plain, and then you open it up, and there's the power button there. You have this design on the inside, which is hardly high fashion, but it still looks modern enough. You've got the matte finish here, and you've got this black keyboard, which, although it doesn't look matte, it's actually it doesn't have a glossy finish, and it feels very soft, but not slick or sweaty underneath the fingers. And it has this unique layout where it's technically an island keyboard because the keys are separate, but they're still closely grouped enough that it looks like a normal keyboard. But in any case, you'll see that it's very quiet and it's very comfortable to type on, and that's one of the things I like best about the design. One of the things I like least about the design is the touchpad. Actually, I like the touchpad, but the touch button here is pretty stiff. Watch how much pressure I have to put on with my thumb just to press something. I really have to sort of work my thumb there, and it's just not a comfortable experience. One extra feature here is there's this button that will deactivate the touchpad, and that's not something we're used to seeing on normal consumer notebooks. It's something you'll see more in business notebooks when there's maybe a trackball here and you don't want to accidentally touch the trackpad by mistake. Moving along here, you have a 13.3-inch LED backlit display. Unplugged, it gets very bright. Let's make sure now that it's on its full brightness. See, I just pumped up the brightness, and you can see it's very bright. And again, there's no optical drive, so you won't be watching DVDs on it, but we tried watching a full clip of, a Hulu clip at full screen, and that really looked very sharp and fluid, even at full screen. Now, just to cap it off, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the ports. On this side here, we have a 5-in-1 memory card reader. We have 2 USB ports, HDMI output, and an Ethernet jack, as well as a Kensington lock slot in case you want to lock it down. There's nothing on the front here. Often you'll find headphone and mic ports in the front, but instead you'll find them over here on the side. You'll find 1/3 USB port, VGA output, and that's the AC adapter. As I said again, you can leave it unplugged for a long time because the battery life exceeds 8 hours. So just to go over the performance a little bit, again, this is an $8.99 machine, so to some extent you get what you pay for. You're not going to get the highest end specs here that you would get on a higher end machine. Then again, you're going to get an Intel Core 2 Duo processor. You're going to get 4 gigs of RAM. You have, and basically the performance, according to our numbers, is at or above average for an ultra portable. So you really do get the best performance you can for that price. The graphics performance is not going to be up to snuff. I can tell you that now. Then again, ultra portables the category average for ultra portables is lower than it would be for, say, a larger notebook, and that's not surprising. So don't expect to play any really demanding games on here. On the other hand, we were able to use Google Earth, and it looks smooth on screen, and for casual games too, it should be fine. It's been our video review of the Acer Spire 3810T. For continuing coverage on both netbooks and notebooks, go to laptopmag.com.